Welcome back to the It's Time podcast. Why did our reflection match? Why did it match? We said it differently. We both said it differently than we normally do, but it was the very end. It was the same. Why is it like what that? The fuck? Hey, Brian, that bitch is Kaylee, and welcome to the show. Fucking hell.
Shit.
What the
damn.
fuck?
You and me, we're just like this.
You and me. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is how it's going to go.
Yeah. You guys, today is going to be maybe one of our best podcasts yet.
Brace yourselves.
I don't know. I just feel like, one, the energy that is going to exude from us while talking about this stuff is just going to be, I don't know, I think entertaining, personally.
I also think, like, we've gotten a chance to tell this story together. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times now, and every time it gets better. It's like we're good at doing it, and like
and you uncover more details too.
Yeah.
Like the more you like, oh wait, remember that moment?
Yeah,
because it is like somewhat hard to come back from a trip as jam packed in such a short period of time and like
traumatizing
remember
as it was.
every moment and like trace back all these like specifics, but it's fun to do actually. So
it's super fun. That's why we do these episodes.
Yeah, we love doing these episodes, and they're entertaining as shit.
Oh my god! Yeah, so you're in for a wild ride this time.
Welcome to the Spain episode.
Oh no!
This episode is all about Spain. If you're new, I hate how many times I say if you're new. I don't.
If you're new.
If you're new here.
But if you're new, actually though.
Yeah, I hate how many times I say it, but at the same time, if you're new.
But also.
We just got back from like a 2.5 week long. We're calling it Euro Summer because it was our Euro Summer, but it was 2.5 weeks.
It's as much Euro Summer as we can afford in our lives.
Exactly. That's as far as I could do it.
Except this time we couldn't really afford it.
No, the things that ended up happening, we are like having financial struggles right now.
Yeah, not us being like, this is how to travel on a budget.
Yeah. Honestly, though,
but you know what? After you hear this episode, you'll understand.
Yeah.
It was out of our control.
Yeah. I think this episode might be 2 parts. I'm not fully sure. I'm just guessing
Last
based on how much we talk.
It took us an hour and a half.
We talk. And also, like, okay, maybe we don't need to say every single detail.
Yeah, we got on the plane, and then we...
And then we went to this pizza place, and it was actually really good pizza. Like, it was really
only €5.
And I'm editing them, and I'm like, oh my god. Do we need to talk about every second?
Was this necessary?
I feel like, okay. Anyways, we need to just go. Okay.
We're going.
So if you haven't listened to our France episode, that's episode 1 of the travel series. So of this round of travel series. And so go listen to France first because it kind of leads into, we're picking up where we left off at France. So start in France, I feel like go in order that, like, don't be a fucking weirdo. Like, do it in order.
Wow.
I don't like. Does it not irk you when like people like, oh, I'll just start like if I find a YouTuber, I have to go back and start at the beginning. Like,
but like sometimes you can do that with TV shows. Like you can just like, I mean, you're familiar. You're like comfort shows, and you just like jump in. And I literally can't. Like if I'm gonna go back and watch Friends season 1 episode 1, I guess that's where I'm starting. Like
shit, we need to go
next.
Okay. So in France, we left off with the airport. I was really pissed off, and then it was fine. Everything like.
And then we got on the plane.
Got better.
Like,
we got on the plane. We're going to Spain, and it's like everything will be fine. I don't really remember that flight.
What airline were we on?
Transvia. Basically, we get to Spain. It's like 11 something.
Yeah. And we're like, perfect. We'll go to our hostel. We'll change.
Honestly, for Spain, that's like early.
Yeah.
So we knew.
Originally we were like, oh my god, we're like getting a late start to the night. And then we were like, wait.
Yeah, and like on our drive in, we were like, let's just start looking at places, and everything said close at like 2, and we were like, shit. We just assumed like everywhere would be open because it was a Sunday night, but it's Spain, and it's not like a random city in Spain. It's like a party tourist city in Spain. Yeah. So you'd expect every night of the week to be somewhat alive.
Can't say like this.
Just honey. And so we were like kind of not panicking, but a little. I was like, fuck.
We were like, oh, like
we had these plans to go out. Oh fuck, like there's not that much time to go out tonight. And then once we like got,
it's like the very end of my birthday. Like we're like,
yeah, we're like we gotta going out with a purpose, you know.
Shit poppin'.
So we get like closer into Malaga, and we were in Malaga. I don't think we said that yet. And the streets are like not packed, but like there are people going out.
Yeah.
This was both of our first times in Spain, and everything I had seen was like Spain is very much a place where you dress up if you're going out. Like,
we were expecting,
you're not wearing
like,
tennis
very
shoes.
clear rules. And
like heels.
Yeah.
If you're going to a club, you
dress
wear
code
heels.
when you go out.
I'm assuming if you were in like Madrid, it would be more that vibe, or like Barcelona, maybe more that vibe. But I guess because we were in somewhat of it was a beach town. Maybe it's a little more.
It was very fratty. But there was like
it was so fratty.
I guess there was a mix of how people were dressing, but primarily it was like if you could wear it to frat party, you could wear it out.
Yeah, so we get to our hostel, and it was the cutest hostel I've ever been in.
So
in my life.
Cute.
It was like literally I don't know. It felt like you were in this villa type of thing.
It would have been so amazing if you had like enough friends to
like fill a lot
book
of
it like majority full.
That would be you'd have to do that so far in ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Just so, like, picturesque.
Because it was, like, a house, basically, with a courtyard in the middle that was, like, open air. Yeah. It was a dream.
It was beautiful. With cute little, like, black and white checkered floors and green doors. And you know what it was giving?
Fresh,
it was giving
like,
Encanto.
flowers everywhere. Yeah.
It was giving Encanto.
That's exactly what the lads said.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Sneak peek of the lads. The funny thing is, I know they're going to be watching it.
Hey, guys.
And it's stressing me out because now I'm like, oh no, they're going to be listening. Yeah, we are going to talk about you.
Sure are.
So.
But.
Be nervous.
You saw that coming? No. You could have participated.
You don't need to be nervous. We're just we're just shooting the shit, you guys.
We go back and we, like, end up unpacking. We're like, okay, we don't have to get super dressed up. Like, we're good. Mm-hmm. But at this point, we were kind of like, well, I guess we'll just, like, get ready and we'll feel the vibes. Like, maybe we end up, like, having a crazy night, or maybe we just, like
sit
check
at a
things
bar,
out
walk around, explore,
yeah,
go to the beach.
Because we still don't know if things are open late.
Yeah, that was true.
We know people are out, but we don't know how late they're open.
We were in the best location, too. We literally only had to, like, walk out and turn the corner to see crowds.
Yeah.
Like, crowds. And the area that all the crowds were in, there's no cars. So, like, coming into town, you wouldn't have seen it.
You would have had no idea.
Unless you, like, walked.
So we're, like, sitting there, eating our €5 pizza, coming up with a plan. Like, what are we
just kind of, like, sitting in the center, people watching. Like, what is the vibe? Where are people going? What direction are they going in?
What's happening?
What's the energy?
And here's the thing about Malaga is every club has a promoter out in the streets, like, trying to poach you from other clubs. So that was what we did, was we followed a promoter into this first
it was
place.
like, once they come up to you, you're like, we don't know where to fucking go anyway.
Well,
might as fucking well. Maybe it's a vibe. Who knows?
Yeah.
And it was never our plan to stay in one place anyway. So
we go, and we don't take our shots. We, like, gave them to these other girls. And
you guys, 27.
It's like
27.
I would say primarily 20, 21, 22. With some 18s.
It was a lot of youngins.
With some 23, 24s, but, like,
sprinkled in, but
20,
mostly
21, 22.
Mostly that age range.
Yeah.
Like, young.
So we're like, damn, we're old.
Yeah,
like,
it felt old as shit. Definitely wasn't the place where the older people went.
No, it was not. So we, like,
came
up with our own little drinking game there. And then, which one thing about us, we're going to have some fun. Like,
no matter where, no matter who we're
like,
with.
Don't really want to interact with these people here, but, like, let's have fun while we drink these drinks and, like, dance.
Main character energy.
We finished our drinks, and we decided to, like, walk back out towards a place we'd already passed. Mm. And we hung out there for a little bit, and these 3 guys came up to us. And when I tell you, this is the most annoying man I've ever met in my life.
Like, so not.
Can't even, man is an aggressive word. He was 20.
He was a boy.
He was 20.
He was a boy.
And
That was a child.
A literal child.
Was a child. A child.
So one of them, I don't remember any of their names, but one of them was, like, super drunk and was, like, getting in Mariah's face.
He literally was, like, leaning, I know you know.
They're all
like,
so
when someone's that drunk and they're, like, all over you and you're like, he's like, God, you're so beautiful. It's like, oh, God, you're at. And I'm like, bro, like, are you gonna, like, drool on my shoulder?
Literally. Yeah.
So that's what was happening to me.
And then the really obnoxious 20-year-old is mostly talking to me. The third guy is mostly just, like, standing there.
He was just standing there kind of laughing at his friends because he knew they were being stupid.
Yeah.
We're actually giving them a lot more grace because of their age when that actually was not okay.
No.
It was their age and they were drunk, so we were like, okay, I think we were giving them that.
The guy that was talking to you, we were giving some grace, but I was
at first though.
I was no longer willing. Yes, at first we were being nice. This guy that's talking to me is like literally so obnoxious, keeps like poking fun at our age, pinching my fucking cheeks. Like, you're 20 years old. That's annoying no matter how old you are. Like, why are you touching a random woman's face?
Why are you touching my face?
I am 7 years older than you. You're
Show 20. Your elder some respect.
Literally bow down.
Put some respect on my name.
And it got to the point where I was like, and I told his friend this too, and you should know this too. So I was like, literally touch me again and like I will hit you.
Well, did you already say that when we were outside before we even went in the bar?
Yeah.
You gave him a lot of warnings.
I gave him so many warnings, and I told his friend that too. And then
the drunk guy left. I don't know where he went. The guy that was all over me.
No, we left. We left and he stayed.
Yeah. Oh, we left, but like,
so they initiated going to this bar called
as in we left group. We left each other.
They had already gotten into.
Yeah.
Like through a promoter earlier that night. And they wanted to go back, and we were like, okay, well, we'll go if you're buying. We did have to pay for our coverage, but then they paid for our drinks.
They paid for drinks when we were in there,
So we follow them to this bar. 20-year-old is ordering the drinks, and he fucking touches my face again. So I smacked him. And honestly, there's been this certain level of aggression that has been like right at the like cusp ever since then. I'm like, oh, I just want to hit someone else.
Oh no.
There's been multiple occasions where I'm like, what if I just hit you right now?
Upside the head.
But like,
she did.
I had every right to hit the man.
She literally more than enough times had said, stop touching me. You need to fucking learn your lesson.
Literally.
If someone says stop touching me, stop touching them.
It's not that hard.
It's really not that hard.
So then we go to the dance floor, and we're already like, okay, well, we know we want to separate
Well, then he started making fun of my dancing, and that's where I draw the line. That's it for me.
Yeah, he's like making fun of how old we are. Like, oh, like, you guys know this song? Or
and then I was like, doing typical.
Also, like, I'm not that dancing. Old. You're just young.
That too. But you know, like when you're on a dance floor and everyone's just kind of like, I was literally doing that. And he was like, what is that? What is that? And so we just basically started like phasing them out, you know?
Just closing off.
And then we spotted them across the bar.
I
remember the first time I saw that tall man.
Wait, who did you see first?
Dan. Did you see George first?
I saw George first.
Are we saying names? Oh yeah, we said we would say names.
We're naming names.
It's
okay. Calm down. Take a breath.
We're naming names. Like, sorry, I don't care. I saw Dan, and I basically just saw tall. I was like, tall. They were so tall. It was like one of those things where it's like a crowd, and then just like these two giants
literally
at the other side of the dance floor, which it was a small dance floor, so it wasn't far away. But it was just like eyes locked, target acquired.
Are you talking about that? Like, we were close to the mirrors and they were close to the tables?
Before that, they were closer to the mirrors.
When they were taking a picture with Brad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like this group of lads, and just by the look of them, you could tell they were British.
Brad goes, they're British.
I knew they were British. I will spot a Brit out any day. That is like, for me, a Brit. Anyone in the UK, pretty much, like that vibe. It's like I have a radar.
Radar for it, yeah.
It's a Brit.
A Britdar.
Britdar. So basically, I was like, we will get them to. I don't know how, but they're gonna come talk to us.
Yeah.
And we
already knew they were a good time because our first glance at them. Brad is so messed up. We don't know Brad at this point.
I'm gonna stop the live now. Okay, continue. So we saw the first time we saw them.
We like knew they were a good time because at this point we don't know them, but now we know this guy's name is Brad, and he's so messed up.
He was so
like, you know, when you look at someone from across the room and they're like that's Brad. And then there's two guys on either side of him. It was Ryan and Ben. Not Ben.
Was Ben? Yeah, Ben was
I think it was Ryan and Ben. And
yeah, it was.
They like go to take a selfie with him, and Brad is literally like, and then the second they lift the camera, he goes.
Yeah, we watched the whole thing. It was so funny.
We watched it all happen, and we were like, that's funny. That's very good time.
That's a good time. We just started like to be honest, looking really hot.
So Dan comes up to us.
Dan approached us first. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
You're the reason that this all happened to us.
So thank you, and also screw you.
Thanks for some of the best memories of my life, and also the worst. Then George kind of joined in, so it was Dan, George, and us two. I remember it was the tall boys and us, because I remember being like, manifesting works.
And then Brad and Ryan.
Then they all just kind of like slowly kind of pulling in the rest of the group.
Yeah, so we're all like hanging out for a while. We do Jaeger bombs.
Whose idea was that?
Probably yours.
I think it was mine.
Probably yours. Dan and Ben left.
Yeah, which was interesting.
And we, like, it was getting late. It was, I don't know, 4.
Yeah, so the bars didn't close at 2.
No, they did not. I mean, this place is called Sevens because it closes at 7. Yeah. So we're like, we knew going into Spain, and if you've listened to our old episodes, one of our dreams was we were going to stay out until the sun rose and, like, go in the ocean, like, in our outfits from the night before. Yeah. And we're like, okay, well, then should we just do that tonight?
So then we brought
up,
fun. Who wants to go to the beach and go swimming? And I think when you say that to a man, they instantly go, skinny dipping?
Literally. They just assumed.
That was not the plan. Nope. Sorry, boys. George was not wanting to go to the beach.
Yeah.
But I don't think he wanted to miss out. So he, like, ended up coming with us.
Yeah. And it was like a 30-minute walk to the beach.
It was a pretty long walk, but, like, when you're I was pretty drunk. Were you not that drunk?
I was, like, feeling good. I wouldn't say I was super drunk.
But you're, like, at least if you're anything and then you're in that setting, it feels like you're, like, this is,
well, everything's just euphoric.
Yeah. You're walking through Malaga. It's basically the morning, but it's, like, middle of the night, and you're with these guys you just met, and you're going to the beach, like...
We're walking through, like, the beautiful, most touristy parts of it, and there's no one there, and
the streets
we're just,
are empty.
Like, talking to these British men.
And they tell us, Brad, the one who is the most fucked up one, is 18. This is his first lads holiday.
They told us that at the club. Like, we've been running with this.
He's 18. It's his first lads holiday. His older brother is, like, the guy's friend. He's back at the hotel. And, like, he's so fucked up because it's his first lads holiday, and he's, like, so new to him. So we're fully like, oh, it's, like, 18-year-old, okay. But it's kind of funny because... I don't even know.
Actually, it's so funny how long they ran with
that. The thing with Brits, like, if you're not... The thing with Brits is, like, they have the driest humor ever. So when they fuck with you...
You just, like, can't tell.
Like, are you gullible? I'm, like, an extremely gullible person.
Super gullible,
so, like... If you're speaking to me serious and I'm like, whoa, really? And you go,
like,
yeah, I'll believe it.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, okay. So he is 18. This is his first lads holiday.
And we're already, like, kind of making fun of him for that.
Yeah. Yeah, like, he was so fucked up. We were just kind of, like, shooting the shit with him. And then as, like, we're on this walk, Keely and I are kind of, like, having a few conversations about who are you feeling more?
Yeah.
So basically it was these two guys that
with who?
These two guys that we found attractive. And then not that Brad, just like Brad was 18 in our head. Yeah. So we were like, oh, well, like you're a kid.
And super messed up.
Yeah, like, so this is a child.
It's not an option.
It's almost like we're
Sorry,
us four.
BBL Brad.
Sorry, BBL Brad. Like at this point it was like us four were babysitting him.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like. That's what it felt like.
Us and our son.
I'm so sorry, Brad. Like, you're so amazing. We'll get to it later.
Yeah, so we're like in talks. And we make our decisions. We lock in.
We decide who we want. This sounds so like crazy. We had a conversation about which one we wanted more.
And it went pretty quickly. So
it was a pretty fast. Yeah. I knew. I was really. Oh, this is weird.
Oh, okay.
Oh, am I just gonna like vulnerably talk about him like right now?
I don't know. Are you?
Are you going to talk about like that you liked him?
That you liked him. That you liked.
I mean, we knew them for a few days. I'm not like saying it like that, but you know what I mean.
Well, at this point, we didn't know we were gonna know them for a few days.
Oh yeah,
at this point, we met these hot British guys.
At this point, we knew them for 3 hours.
Probably less than that.
2 hours.
I'm gonna guess we maybe knew them for an hour before we left for the beach.
Well, we move quick. Emotionally.
Wait. Remember the fangirl gene? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm. Oh wait, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Wait,
No.
we're talking about the minge?
Wait, I forgot about Dino though. The whole story behind that.
Oh yeah.
So before we had even left the club,
Deanna,
like Dan showed me. I think it was Dan. Or no, it was Ben. Ben.
Yeah,
it was one
Ben.
of them. I think it was Ben. Ben showed me one of his tattoos, and he goes, "Look at my tattoo," and I was like, "Diano? Who's Diano?" And he was like, he just started laughing.
Diano.
And he goes, "Okay, go over there and ask Ryan who Diano is." I was like, "Okay." Like, literally, I'm like a little kid.
All right.
Okay, I'll do it. And I went up to him, and I was like, "Who's Diano?" And he just, like, looked at me for, like, 5 seconds confused. And then I was like, "He told me to ask you who Diano is." And then he just started laughing, and I was like, "What?" And then turns out it's Dino, not Diano.
That's what they call him.
His nickname is Dino. I can hear them making fun of our accents right now. Dino.
And George's nickname was Boomer. But they say Booma.
Booma. We say Boomer.
Boomer.
Dino. So a bunch of them had tattoos of his nickname, which was cute. Anyways, moving on. So back to where we were. Back to
we're
after.
Walking to the beach. We're like having fun. They're messing with us more. They're telling us that Minge is a car.
Well, because and we were talking a lot. We were bonding a lot over our love for the In-Betweeners as well. And that was like a part of in that show. I was like, but in the In-Betweeners they say Minge, and it was like da da da. And they're like, no, like Minge literally just means car.
Okay,
like,
but that one we didn't fall for because they kept being like, oh yeah, Ryan's mom's got a nice Minge.
Yeah, that one, but still, the next day I remember being like, wait,
so what does it actually mean?
I knew Minge wasn't just a car. There's no way. But yeah, stuff like that. They just kept fucking with us, but we both made us like them more.
Yeah.
So
we get to the beach, and this is an important detail for later. You walk through the town, and then you get to this port. I guess if you're listening, this isn't very helpful to you, so I'll try to be very descriptive. But if you're watching, this makes sense. So you get to the port, and it's shaped like a C, and on the other side of the C is the beach, the letter C, not like the sea. So it takes us a while to get all the way around, and we get to the beach, and it's empty.
Dead empty.
Literally dead empty. At this point, it's 5:30.
Yeah, because the sun wasn't rising yet.
Yeah, the sun wasn't rising, but like the darkness was getting lighter, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that actually makes so much sense.
Beach is totally empty, and we're like, oh my god, perfect, great. And Mariah and I go and set our stuff down under this like little palapa.
Mm-hmm.
And the boys set their stuff down at the end of this like runway.
Boardwalk.
The sand. This little boardwalk thing.
Yeah.
And the water's not that far away.
It was like where the water, the little dip was, you know? It was like right there.
Literally right. Like, I'm going to guess 40 feet. Not far.
I don't know how far 40 feet is.
How many boomers away do you think it was?
4 boomers.
Oh!
3 boomers?
I was going to go with maybe like 5.
He's 6'5".
He's 6'5"? He told you that?
Yeah.
Tell me he's 6 foot sexy. George didn't want to get in the water right away because he was like worried that his stuff was going to get stolen. So George is just like chilling. And the rest of us, well, first, BBL Brad fully strips naked. Like, Mariah and I was literally wearing a swimsuit top. So, like, I'm wearing a swimsuit top and a skirt. Like, I'm still wearing clothes. And he's, like, fully naked, ass out. And George and Ryan are like, dude, like, put it away. Why? No one else is doing that.
No one else is taking off their clothes, BBL Brad.
So we get in the water, and I'm like, okay, well, your guy is in the water and mine's not. Like, that's...
So basically, we never said who we picked.
Oh.
Okay, I feel bad saying who we picked. That sounds so, like, objective.
It does.
We don't mean it like that.
It came very natural.
It was more so, like...
we wanted to clarify.
Kaylee, we walked over to the side, and I was like, oh, what is the vibe? What is your vibe? Because I'm like, I'm really into Ryan. Kaylee was like, yeah, I'm really feeling George. Or I don't know what the exact thing is. But that's what it was. It wasn't like we were like, which one do you want?
Well,
just to clarify, we're a little more sensitive than that.
So we were all trying to get George in the water.
Yeah. Get in, loser.
Yeah. Don't be stupid.
I don't know actually what we said.
So he gets in the water.
And we were having the time of our life. You guys, just like picture that.
It was Close such your eyes a like core meme.
Picture it.
At this point,
we literally said, this is such a core meme.
Yeah. And at this point, you can tell the sun is rising. Like, it's still the darkness getting lighter, but like,
you could see though at this point.
There's like a little change in color.
And you could see more, so you could see the beach even better.
Yeah.
And we never got like fully in. We were like up to like our
waist up.
Waist. Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, waist down.
Waist down. Waist up.
Waist up.
Maybe a little bit of the boob was in there, but like we weren't swimming. Yeah. You know. So we were still close to the shore, and you could see a lot. Like the sun was starting.
Yeah.
It was creeping.
And a lot of the time, Ryan and I are facing the shore. The boys keep like looking back and forth. Boomer wants to get out of the water, which we were like, oh, okay. Like, we weren't done yet.
All right.
Like we were having fun.
Yeah.
And we all go to get out of the water, and Ryan and I get to our stuff first, and we can't find our purses. And we're like,
can you guys figure out where the story's going?
Yeah. We're like, what'd you guys do with our purses? Like, very funny.
Boys, give them back. Like, stop fucking with us. I totally thought George, like, when he was on the shore, did that.
Yeah.
I wish he would have.
I wish. And then they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. And then slowly, one by one, it's like, I can't find my wallet.
My phone.
I can't find my phone. I can't. So
5 people stuck on a beach in Spain. No phones, no wallets. Except
no keys.
No keys. Except George, you little brilliant man, you.
George was very smart, I will say.
Yeah, George put his phone in his shoe and then put his sock over his phone. So it looked like he had just stuffed his socks in there and there was no phone in there.
So George was safe.
Fucking brilliant. But we had purses. What were we going to do? Put them on top of the umbrellas. Damn.
I don't think that would have helped us.
Really? Because here's the thing. Whoever did this, I feel like watched us or followed us, actually.
Yeah. Well, we were, like, being drunk and obnoxious on the way there.
I think that's a no-brainer. Like, oh, look, a group of drunk people. Let's just, like, walk behind them.
Or if they literally have people, like, camp at the beach and wait, too. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it could have any of those ways. Like, it.
If we learned anything in Spain, it's that the thieves, the pickpockets, like, they are professionals. They are damn good at their job.
It's an actual, like, skill and craft.
So we never saw anyone. Even though it's starting to get light outside, even though we were that close,
didn't hear anything.
Even though we kept looking back and forth,
didn't see
never
anything.
saw a soul.
It's like I kept referring to Dune. You know, like in Dune, how when they're like under the sand and then they come out and attack. I'm pretty sure that's what they were doing.
Literally what happened.
I think that they go in and out of the sand.
Timothy Chalamet stole our
purses. Fucking Chalamet. It was him.
So our purses are gone, which have our credit cards. Mariah has cash.
A lot.
Our hostel key. Our phones.
Our lipstick.
Our IDs, our lip gloss,
my oil blotter, my cigarettes, my motherfucking cigarettes,
my lighter.
My instant reaction was shock. I was just in shock.
I think everyone was.
Like, what do we fucking
immediately
do? And George kind of went straight into, well, I probably would too if I was the only one with a phone. I'd probably jump into solutions. What?
Well, I was like, well, we should log in to find my iPhone.
It was very much like me standing there like this.
Yeah, I feel like BBL Brad in the background was like, I have a big direct deposit coming in.
He was like freaking
flipping,
out vocally
and we're like, oh, this
and
poor
physically.
18-year-old.
He's like pacing, like freaking out. Ryan's kind of just like doing
I feel
what
like
I was
Ryan
doing.
was just being, you and Ryan were just like panicked,
silent,
quiet.
Like,
and me and George were like, okay, what are we doing?
What are the next steps? And then, so
we log into Brad's Find My iPhone on George's phone.
And it's moving.
And it's literally moving. And it's now on the other side of that curve I mentioned before. So Brad and Ryan are like, we're going to get him. We're going to run.
They just go. Off they run. And
they ran probably a mile at least.
Like, pretty impressive, you guys.
Yeah. George was just like, it's like kind of in this area. And they just like started running. And then
I'm like, go kick their ass. Get my purse back.
They're like, what do we do if there's 20 of them? And we're like, there won't be.
There won't be.
There'll
There's
be
no
like
way.
maybe 2.
There's no way.
And the rest of us are just like slowly walking over there. George is telling us about how, like, this has happened to
He was
him
telling
before,
us about his
and,
stories, and he kind of was, like, making me feel better just because he made it feel like such a normal thing.
Like, we weren't such idiots.
Yeah.
Which, by the end of the trip, we knew. It wasn't just us being stupid.
We met a lot of people. We'll get there.
So we spent probably an hour trying to find these phones. Eventually,
they literally went under, like, a bridge. They, like, climbed over, went under a bridge.
And it wasn't that easy. They had to, like, go out and around and over barbed wire and through the stuff and over a, like, little bridge for a train and, like...
Yeah.
And eventually it stops, like, transmitting a signal right above this, like, little river. And we're like, are the phones?
Kind of think they checked the phones.
Yeah.
I think they took the cards and the cash. You might disagree because you'd think they would want the phones. But if you can't get into the phones...
Yeah, or if you can't clear them.
I don't know how fast they
I don't know how that works either.
But we thought maybe they checked the phones. Or found a way to turn it off at that point, I guess.
Yeah. So at this point, we're like, well, you guys literally have to adopt us because we have no phones.
We were like, sorry, you're stuck with us.
No hostel key.
You literally are stuck with us. No
money.
money. It was just us at that point.
We are not...
And the clothes on our back.
Leaving you.
Then we walked back
to their hotel. The sun is fully risen. People are on their morning runs,
walking their dogs, commuting to work, and we are
meanwhile
drenched.
We're chafing in our wet skirts looking for our purses. We're completely
drenched in our outfits from the night before without phones or like it was just... I can't even.
Morale is low.
So we start walking back to their hotel, and Brad is shitting himself. He is full on panic mode.
Panicking.
And Kaylee and I are instantly into nurture mode of like, it's okay.
We literally think he's 18. We're like, it's fine. That's not how banking works.
Because we kept going, oh my God, like this is rough for us, but imagine being like 18.
Yeah.
Not like
your first
trip, like friends with your friends, and like this happens. I felt really bad for him. I was like, it's okay. Like you're gonna figure it out. Everything's gonna be fine. At this point, Kaylee and I are like, just get us back somewhere where people have phones. Because I just need to fucking... If I can just get my cards canceled... At this point, we just need to
cancel our credit cards. Like, we wasted too much time.
We could take a breath. We did at that point. And we did.
Yeah, by the time we all called our banks, they had spent money on our cards.
Luckily,
which is fine. Like,
they give
all
you
of
the
that...
money back. It's refunded. But it's still, like, really stressful.
So we get back to the hotel, and the boys, like, literally have to get a new key. They're, like, explaining to the front desk.
Yeah, I went to the front desk.
And he's like, you guys should really go to the police, blah, 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 blah. And we get up to the hotel room.
It's just like, this is just crazy, you guys. So we get up to they get a key, and we go up to the hotel. We're like, okay, yeah, we'll go to the police. We'll do all of that. But, like, tomorrow, it technically was tomorrow, but.
Well, first we wanted to figure out the cards.
We, like, had things to do before we even explored going to the police.
We needed phones.
Yeah.
And we know there's, like, 5 other guys back at the hotel.
Yeah.
6 other guys back at the hotel with phones.
I love that, like, new characters are about to enter the story.
So many new characters.
This is crazy.
A very important one, too, with a very good entrance.
A very important character to the story, yeah. One of the main characters you haven't even met yet. It's crazy.
Harry, it's your time to shine.
Harry, are you nervous? Like, are you kind of shitting yourself a bit? What are they going to say? What are they going to say?
So we walk into the hotel room, and it's like the boys obviously walk in before we do.
But we follow close behind.
And
before we, like, you know, like in a hotel room, how there's like a hallway before
with the bathroom, and then it's like the beds.
So, like, before we had reached... Oh, no. So, yeah, before we had, like, gotten into the bed part, all of a sudden I hear like, the guys go, oh. Like, George and Ryan, the guys we were with. Harry's naked. And so we were just like, and then he, like, grabs. I don't know what that reaction was. We were just like, oh. So we were like, oh. And he, like, covered himself. He was ass naked.
Literally.
And he covered himself with a pillow. And then we just, like, walk in. And we're like, hey.
And then they're like, maybe, like, you go to the bathroom first. Yeah. Like, give it a sec. So we go to the bathroom.
He literally goes, like, there was, like, some small talk in that moment. And then he was like, ladies, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to get some trousers on. And so, trousers. So we went to the bathroom so he could put on pants.
And then we go
and we kind of just start, like, first, before I could, like, get into, like, the whole, this is kind of a crazy story, this is kind of fun, because it was in a way, because we, like,
yeah.
I was like, I can't do anything until I get my cards canceled. I'm going to be shitting myself.
I can't do anything until I take this wet skirt off.
So I took Harry's phone and I went into the hallway and like called, well, I couldn't call the bank because they're British. So I couldn't call an American bank. So I had to call my parents who had to call my bank, put the phones together so I could get my cards
Literally,
canceled.
her parents are on 2 phones.
Having to like put them together so I could talk to the bank. And so I'm out there doing that and it's like their reaction, they weren't like anything bad, just like how they were like, oh my god, like it was like, oh my god,
it's like when
so crazy.
It's like when a baby falls down, everyone's like, oh,
yes,
are you okay?
No, it literally
and,
like,
was
now
that. The baby starts
and I was
to
like,
cry.
They're like, honey, are you? I'm like, no, I'm not. This is so. And then I like obviously was telling them that, and
meanwhile I'm in the room.
Yeah.
I'm now wearing George's shorts, which look really cute on me, by the way. And we're just like hanging out. Like Brad is on George's phone trying to figure out his banking stuff, but we're just like hanging out, talking. Like it's literally so fun. And I go out in the hallway to check in on Mariah, and she's like fully having a mental breakdown, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like it's okay. And then I'm like, but when you get inside, it's actually like super fun.
Yeah, it was her. I was like, and when she said that, I was like, I bet it is. Like, let me just get this shit.
Let me get this.
I want to like start having fun. I want to start having fun again because like, a lot of people we've talked to have said like, if that was me, I wouldn't have been able to like get out of the stress of the situation.
We've talked to.
And like, I get that, but at the same, like maybe if I was here. I'd be pissed.
Yeah. If I was here, I don't think I would have gotten out of it.
You're on vacation. Mind you, we're only 4 days into a 2.5 week trip. So
we
it's
have
like
so much time left. Like there is no getting stuck in it.
It's like, well, we're going to figure it out. We're going to have to. And we're going to fucking still have the time of our life. Because I'm not wasting a trip I've waited 2 years for.
Yeah.
On like the stress. I'm not. I'll let myself have a mental breakdown and stress about it once I get home.
When I get home.
But for now.
I'm still waiting for that one to come.
But for now. And then basically we switched places. You took Harry's phone.
Yeah.
And started like calling her banks.
She was able to call her mom because her mom has WhatsApp. My parents didn't. So I'm like following my parents on Instagram on Harry's account. Trying to call my parents.
Yeah, Harry follows both of our
No one's answering.
Parents.
Yeah. So our parents had spoken. They like 3-way call my parents in. And her parents are basically like, we got it. Like, we'll just do exactly what we did for Mariah. Like, don't worry. We just wanted to fill you in. So I'm on the phone with her parents, pretending to be my parents on the phone with the bank.
Yeah. So then I go back into the hotel room and I was like, time for me to have some fun with the lads. but I wanted to fucking get out of my clothes. So I was like, can I borrow someone's like shorts or something? Harry goes, oh yeah, like I don't know what accent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So he grabbed me his like shorts from the outfit he wore the night before.
What's funny is I really can't picture Harry wearing that outfit.
I really can.
You can?
Oh yeah. I can like see it in my head. But like he gives me his shorts. They're fucking massive on me. But like in a cool, like it was very like street style it was giving.
Yeah, no, I walk in and Mariah looks like hot. I'm like, wow, you look really good in Harry's outfit.
Harry's like, honestly, you might want to start dressing like this. Like, this is a look. And I'm like, really? Okay. And then, like, we started doing, like, a photo shoot, and I was runway walking. I was still a little drunk.
Yeah.
And then he was like, wait, I got to put you, Harry's going to be so mad, but I'm telling them what you put on, bitch. Because I'm so mad at you for deleting all those photos. Like, I will not.
They were for the memes.
They were for the memes. So I put on his whole outfit from the night before, like, button up shirt, like his shoes. I looked like a clown with the shoes on. And then I was like, wait, now I have to put you in my outfit from last night, which was like a tiny little skirt and a little top.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So we did a clothing swap.
And then after like, I feel like everyone
hung
got
out
their,
for a while.
Yeah. But once everyone's credit cards and stuff were sorted, the boys were like, we need to sleep.
Like, we should probably sleep at some point.
We had woken Harry up, but even he had probably only gotten like 3 hours of sleep. Like, he left the club.
Yeah, we never had met
right
Harry
before
at the club. Yeah.
We met everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, we must have just missed him. And he was drunk when we woke him up.
He was fucked up.
He was so messed up.
It was really funny.
So everyone's like, we just need to like sleep for a bit, take a nap before we figure everything out. So the 3 boys are like cuddling on their 2 beds.
It was like 2 beds and then like what are those called?
it was a nice, like, if it was like a cot, it was very nice.
Yeah, no, it was like one of the rollaway beds.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. A rollaway bed. So we were on the rollaway bed, which was
George's.
Which is so funny. The tallest guy was on that.
Yeah.
And all the boys got in like the 2 beds that were pushed together into one giant bed, and they all got in there, and they were like fully intertwined in each other. It was so cute.
Yeah.
This is another reason a million why I like Brits. British men are so comfortable with physical touch and each other. Like they kiss, they hug, they hug, they snuggle. There's something that like American men don't do, and that's like show affection with their friends.
Yeah.
Sad.
So everyone goes to bed, and this is like when I stop being calm.
All of a sudden, everyone is sleeping, but Kaylee is wide awake.
I literally am wide awake. Awake. Staring at the ceiling. Like trying really hard not to be like hyperventilating, and like I was so nauseous.
I was in full snore mode.
Yeah, she was snoring. At one point, I like get out of the bed because it's like I didn't feel drunk at this point, but I definitely still had alcohol in my system, and it was like kind of like you had the spins, but like mixed with anxiety and panic, and it just was not good.
So basically, a panic attack is what she's saying.
I'm literally having a panic attack.
It's called a panic attack.
I'm like now in this chair in the dark corner of the room, just like trying to disassociate.
She was like in a ball,
literally,
just like breathing.
Yeah, deep breathing. And then Harry got up to leave for water or something like that, and I was like, okay, so like I can talk. I was like, I'm gonna go sit by the toilet for a while. Like I'm gonna feel better after I throw up.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
The toilet was really gross.
Ew! Oh my god, I forgot about the bathroom. It was so gross.
The bathroom.
What is with you men? I don't like.
The bathroom was disgusting. I was grossed out when I went in there to change my clothes, let alone sit in front of the toilet. But I'm like sitting by the toilet for a good amount of time. Harry comes and checks on me and like brings me water.
He was so reassuring. Like he was very caring.
He was
caring person.
Very caring energy.
He is a very
Shouts out to Harry.
That was really sweet. Like Harry throughout this process
Harry wasn't even
calmed
like
me down
there
a lot.
For the trauma part.
Yeah, he just
like got roped in and like really took care of us.
He jumped into rescue mode.
Yeah.
Pretty quick, which was really nice.
I never did get to throw up, which was unfortunate. But everybody wakes up, and at this point, the rest of the guys on vacation
start coming into the room.
Oh, also, wait, so Brad is still in the room, and like Brad has his own room. This is not Brad's room. And he's panicking, and we're like, Brad, literally, like, your brother is here. He's in the next room.
Your brother will come over here. Like, why aren't you talking to your brother? He'll help you. He'll know what to do.
Like, literally leave, like...
We're like, why are you panicking
You're good. Like, because the boys wanted their own beds.
The thing with Brad, too, is, like, we have been fully engulfed in this lie that he's 18. But never once did Brad go, guys, I'm not 18. No, he just went along with it. He never even said anything.
There were a couple points where he said something where I was like, wait, what? But we're literally like, we're all effed, but like your brother is literally in the next room. You say you don't have a hotel key, but like he's in there. He has a phone. Like
you probably have it the best out of any of us right now.
Yeah.
And like when you're 18, like I'm sure you have a little more assistance.
Yeah.
We're like,
Brad, you're literally going to be fine.
Yeah.
But Brad never left the room.
No, Brad stayed.
So everyone else starts like trickling in.
We're like, hey.
And obviously, like, Mariah and I are laying in bed. Yeah. Hey, how y'all doing? And they're like,
literally.
Wait, what the
They're like, what the fuck? So
happened?
we kept having to, like, basically retell the story. We've told it a lot.
Yeah, we have. But eventually everyone's, like, up, and Harry and George are going to come with us to try to get into our hostel because we don't have a key. And
we talked to the concierge first, or not,
Yeah, and she was like, yeah, you definitely need to go to the police. There's 2 police stations, blah, 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 blah. So they literally order a car for all of us. We're, like, taking their version of Uber is Bolt. So we're, like, taking a Bolt there. And we're, like, all bonding in the car.
Yeah, it was honestly a vibe.
Yeah, we were, like, talking about each other's types. Harry's telling us about his girlfriend. Like, we're all, like, you know.
Vibing.
Yeah, becoming friends.
Yeah. Besties.
And we get to the hostel, and there's keys in the lockbox, and there's a code to the lockbox, but we can't access the code because we don't have our phones
to see what,
and we can't get into the Airbnb app because everything is 2-factor authentication.
Everything is,
which really screws us. Honestly, I think that was the worst part. I think that was worse than getting robbed.
No, honestly, that was the worst part. If we could just log into our accounts on their phones and like
everything would have been so much easier.
Even like once we finally did get new phones, which we'll get to, like we still couldn't get on to like certain things because we didn't have a. We'll get there.
So I'm like trying to do the code by memory, which I actually was very close. When we
you had like some of the numbers right.
Yeah.
Just wrong order or something.
And we're like trying to figure it out. At one point, they're like, "Hey, like you're like we'll just put you up." Like
we left the balcony door of our room because it was on the second floor open because it's hot and at night it cools down and there was no AC. So we were like, "Let's get some cold air in there."
Yeah.
The plan was when we came home, we were gonna close the door. We never came home.
So when we did get in, it was very hot.
But
also there was
like,
bars on the windows, so we couldn't anyway.
It would have been, I don't know what that would have done. But we were just trying to like, we're
banging
on the door.
But there was cameras, and we were like, okay, maybe not.
We were banging on the door, ringing the doorbell. Nothing.
Finally, Harry's like, let's just go get some lunch. Because at this point, it's lunchtime. It's lunchtime.
And I'm like, well, for me, the idea of eating made me want to throw up. Just the thought of it, like going through the situation. Yeah, like, it was fun, but, like, also extremely stressful, a lot of the stuff that was happening. And I had, like, that anxiety, and, like, I don't know, I wouldn't. The idea of food was, like, literally the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
That was not something that I wanted to do. What I didn't mind was the idea of going and getting a drink.
Yeah.
Also, it's hot as shit.
It's so hot.
It's fucking hot. I'm like, give me a fucking cold-ass drink, and that I can do. Also, I'm never hungry when I'm hot.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm hot,
I think that's part of why we didn't eat that much there.
I literally can't eat. It's like, ugh.
So we go sit down at this restaurant.
I was still wearing Harry's outfit, by the way.
Yeah.
I literally
And we ordered drinks, and they're like, whoa. Like, we're like, have we not earned a drink?
I think we earned it. Like, also, it's lunch.
Yeah. Also, it's lunch.
And I'm still wearing his outfit.
And we're on holiday.
Let me change. Anyways, we're sitting at the table. I'm, like, texting my mom off Harry's phone, trying to get her to go on my computer, log into Airbnb, so we could figure out.
That's why we decided to leave.
Yeah, and so she got into my Airbnb on the laptop, was able to find the lockbox code on there, and we were only, like, a 2-minute walk from our hostel at where we were eating. So
now we have the code, and we walk back, and we go to put it.
Yeah, well, before, Harry's like, this is just sweet. That's what I wanted to say. Harry was like, what are you going to get? And I'm like, when I'm this anxious, I can't eat, so I don't really want to get anything. And he was like, just get something, even if it's small. Just eat. You'll feel better if you do. And I'm like, wow, that's really sweet.
Yeah, no, he was very sweet.
He ordered me, like, a little side of potatoes.
Some tapas. And then we walked to the hostel. Got a key. We got a key.
Went inside.
Probably someone else's key, but we needed it worse.
This man let me take his phone with us on the
Oh my god, I actually forgot about this part.
He literally let me take his phone so we could keep talking to my mom, make sure that we can get into the hostel.
So we leave them at lunch. We've ordered food. We've ordered drinks. We leave them at lunch with his phone to go back to our hostel.
Harry. This is, like, extremely trusting of you.
Yeah. There was one credit card that we didn't bring with us. So we're like, oh, yes, we have money. Like, woo. We bring our credit card with us. And we go back to lunch. And we, like, took a little bit of time changing. And, like, I think we brushed our teeth.
Well, yeah.
We're at the point of, like.
We put on our swimsuits because we thought they had already brought up that they were going to do a pool day.
Yeah.
So we were spending the day with them. We were going to also do a pool day.
And we're like, I wonder if he thinks we, like, ran off with his phone.
Yeah, we're walking back. We're like, oh my god, he's probably panicking.
Yeah, they're freaking
gone.
out.
They stole my phone. We would never have done that.
No, we wouldn't have done that. So we get back, and we're, like, all excited. We have this credit card. It's an American Express. And here's the thing. They advertise this card like it's a travel card.
I will not stop saying that. They advertise themselves fees as a travel card.
And you know what? You know why there's no international fees? Because hardly anywhere international takes this
and
goddamn card.
So expensive, apparently, for people to have American Express be accepted.
Yeah.
So most places don't do it, which makes sense because it's not super common.
Yeah.
So why would you spend the money on it? It's like, I feel like I've been lied to by American Express.
Literally. We end up having to be like, so, Harry.
Lunch on you?
As soon as we get new phones.
We'll send you money.
Yeah, we'll pay you back. And then they walked to the police station with us. And Mariah was in charge of French. I was in charge of Spanish. But I don't know this kind of Spanish. Like,
I was like, you got it.
I've been robbed. And, I don't know, La Playa.
Yeah. La Playa.
So we're like, I don't want to talk. And then Harry talks, which is
we didn't even ask him. We, like, looked at each other. And then Harry just, like, went up and started talking. It was like, we are being fully taken care of at this point.
Literally. Which,
like, again, getting robbed is not ideal. But this was the best way that it could have happened.
We were so lucky in the way it happened.
I think that's why it made us feel so much better. It's like, we're so thankful to be in this specific situation.
Because we wanted to do the, like, swim on the beach at the end of the night thing regardless. And if that situation wouldn't have presented itself, Mariah and I would have done it by ourselves another night.
Yeah.
And we would have been in that situation by ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, we literally could not be more lucky or more grateful that we were with these boys.
Literally.
So Harry has to pay for lunch. They take us to the police station, and the police are like, "You're tourists?" We're like, "Yes." He's like, "You have to go to this other police station." Like, they literally have police officers at the Office of Tourism for this reason. So he's like, "You have to go at 9 a.m. tomorrow." Now we understand why he told us 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, great. All we have to do now is buy new phones. We, like, took a car back with them. They were going to go to the pool. And again, how lucky is this? Their hotel is right next to this big mall.
Actually weird.
Where they already knew that there was, like, a store where we could buy
like,
phones.
Oh, this
One
is
of
the
them was like,
oh yeah,
this is the place you go.
You'll get a phone. It'll be easy. It wasn't really
like,
easy.
What?
It was, I guess, for the situation. But
if the credit card would have worked, it would have been easy.
It was like, honestly, what's so exhausting about this trip, it was the most up and down, but, like, the most up and down, like, at one moment we'd be like, everything's
like,
solved.
we fixed it all.
Oh, never mind, it's not working.
Yeah.
Oh my god, panic, what are we gonna do? Oh my god, like, it was literally
I've never been on such an emotional roller coaster.
Whiplash every fucking second, and, like, still the shock of it, the adrenaline of it, like, I don't think I've come down off of it yet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've relaxed.
And you know what's so
since
crazy?
That night
is we, like, still were such a vibe the whole time.
Yeah.
But George had looked up our American Express.
George.
Because we thought that maybe we had travel insurance. And he looked it up and he's like, yeah, you're supposed to have, like, $2,000 worth of coverage. So we're like, oh, we'll just get, like, regular phones then.
We'll just get a good phone because we're going to want to use it anyway.
That made us feel so much better. We were like, okay, we don't even have to stress about the fact that we spent all this money. It's just
fine.
a pain to get it all resolved. And then everything's going to be okay.
Because we'll get the travel money. It'll cover the phone. This will be so chill.
Yeah. Like, we're not at a loss here. So we go, and we're talking to this sweet guy, Sergio, at the store. And
Sergio was the best.
English is not very good, and my Spanish is not very good. But, like, we're both trying our best.
Yeah.
And he's got us all set up, and we go to check out. He swipes my card, and nothing's happening. And he tries it again, nothing's happening. And he tries it again, nothing's happening. And he's like, oh, you're going to have to type it in. And at this point, I'm like, that feels
Because they told us
sketchy.
they took American Express. We were so excited.
We were so relieved.
Like, fuck yeah.
That was the first thing we asked when we got there. Do you take American Express?
Yeah.
And he's like, you have to type it in. And I'm like, that feels sketchy to type that in on their computer.
He was like, I won't look.
Yeah, he's like looking away. I'm like, you're going to, how do you say this in Spanish? You're going to, like, clear the history, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I can't get logged in. I'm now logged out of my account, which in hindsight, I thought that was because I was messing up my password, because you know where my password is? On my phone. But I think it was a security measure because my card had already been blocked.
And the size of the purchase.
Yeah. So
new phones are
then
cheap.
They try to take us up to the front. They're like, oh, it's just this machine. And we're like, oh, okay.
Everything's fine. It's going to work this time.
They take us up to the front. This other guy starts to check us out. We tap it. It's loading. And Brian and I are like, whoa, we've done it.
We're like, Fiesta. And the guy's like laughing at us.
And then it doesn't go through. And we're like, okay.
And then they're like, you guys need to get like another card.
Or go to an ATM or whatever. We try to go to the ATM. The ATM's still not working. I realized I never got a PIN for my card.
We were like, it's fine. We'll borrow the money from the boys.
They've already been so generous.
We'll borrow the money from the boys.
Over $2,000.
Literally, but the thing is, we were like, I think we were justifying it because we were like, we're literally going to pay them back money
immediately.
Right away. They laughed in our faces.
They were like, you think we have that much money?
Like, and then I was like,
meanwhile, they're the ones staying in a hotel, not a hostel, with a rooftop pool.
Like, that's why they couldn't.
Yeah, but like, we thought.
They just basically, and we were like, well, isn't there? No, it was shut down.
And honestly, maybe so that was a lie because they just didn't feel comfortable with it. And fair. You know what? That's respectable.
Honest. Like, I'm definitely not mad at them for that.
We've already been taking care of these girls, and now they're like, oh, can we borrow $2,000?
Yeah, like, and we asked the entire group, so it was pretty bold of us. It was pretty bold.
It was very bold.
But we were desperate.
So now at this point, I have to borrow Harry's phone again. Talk to my dad again.
She was on the phone for like an hour. Maybe not that long, but it felt like that.
It was at least 30 minutes. We get it all fixed. We drop the phone back off with Harry, which, again, so sweet. Like, when we leave the boys, our parents' only point of contact is, like, Harry's phone or George's Instagram. Like,
yeah, for my mom, it was just Harry.
So if we weren't with them, like, he would literally answer the phone or, like, text them back and be like, oh, we're not with the girls right now. They're doing this. Like,
filling them in. My mom was, like, so thankful for him. And
at first, our parents were panicked. Like, once they got off the phone with us, they got on the phone with each other.
And
they thought we were, like, going to get trafficked. And my mom called me on Harry's phone.
Yeah.
And was like, we need to have, like,
a safe word. Didn't your dad at one point call the hotel room?
Oh, wait, yes.
That literally happened at one point. I gave them, I was like, you guys, I understand your pain. Like, I understood why they were stressed. I totally get it. So I was like,
if they'd been there in the moment and, like,
if you had saw these lads,
the boys,
they were not known. They were not doing anything like that. But, like, I had given them I gave them the name of the hotel. I gave them the hotel room. So, like, that at one point, your dad?
The phone starts ringing in the hotel room. Yeah. Harry picks up and he's like, it's your dad.
It's for you.
And, like, gives me the phone.
They're like, how the fuck did they figure out where?
And my dad's like, we need to have a safe word. Like,
yeah, my mom was like, I've seen a lot of these shows where this happens. And I'm like, Mom, we're in this nice hotel. And she goes, that's what they do. They get these nice hotels to make you think that you can trust them. And I'm like, okay, I totally understand.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
I would feel the same way.
I would feel the same way, but it's not the situation. And it was hard because it was like, I don't know how to reassure you.
Yeah.
But
with time,
Harry,
they very much proved themselves.
Messaging back and
at one point, my dad sent Harry a message and was like, your guys' moms would be so proud of you.
Made their whole life. Made their whole life.
Where are we in the story?
So we're like, I'm sitting by the pool with the lads. Kaylee's like literally on the phone for fucking ever. So long. And I'm like, we're just chilling.
I'm like, no fair, Mariah's having fun by the pool.
and then at one point I looked over at you and you were like, and I was like, ah! And because I knew that was, good news.
So then we leave the boys and go back to buy the phones. And we're like all excited that after this, like, we're wearing our swimsuits. We're like going to come back up to the pool.
Look hot in our bikinis with our new phones and be like, hey, boys.
So we go buy our phones. And, like, when it finally goes through,
they have no idea about that part.
Yeah, they do. We're like, woo, oh my God, it went through. And we're, like, going back to the hotel. Yeah, we're like, we're going to show up, like.
We, like, literally took our. Okay, no, let's.
No, we were like, yeah, we're going to show up, like, in our swimsuits.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a fair thing to say.
And we're, like, have our, like, phone boxes in our hands. And we're going to be like, woo, when we get there. We walk into the pool, and we're like, is that them? That's not them. They're not here.
They were gone.
They left the pool. Luckily, we know where they live.
Hi, I know what room you're in, so. They did want to take naps.
They did. We're at the point of the day now where, like, they want to nap and get ready to go to dinner.
Yeah.
The day is gone. The only seeing of Malaga we've done so far is going back and forth from their hotel.
We don't know her yet.
To the mall, to the police station. Like,
we got pretty close by the end, though.
Yeah, us and
Malaga at the end. Yeah. Okay, we are gonna cut off the first part of the episode here because this is gonna be probably in total around 2 hours.
She's lengthy.
She got length.
Honestly, but considering the fact that Paris was an hour and a half and we kept this down
we did
to 2
pretty
hours,
good.
That's pretty good.
I think we did pretty good not talking for 5 hours. We did better at not getting into every little detail. Yes. I think we did this time.
We're working
on
it.
Give us that. But yeah, thank you so much for listening or watching the It's Time podcast. We have new episodes every. Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. I'm looking at you.
You're like. I'm Raya. That was just Kaylee. We have new episodes every Wednesday. Next week will be the second part to the Spain episode. And there's some more tea. Like, if you guys, you want to hear how we stand today with the lads, you got to listen to the part 2.
So true.
Because, I don't know, it could be anything.
You literally never know.
You won't know.
You never know with these lads.
Ladgate.
Ladgate 2024.
Bye.